All right, all right, all right. Good morning, traders. We are coming to you simulcasts. I think, I hope. I am pushing this thing. We are live on the Market Watch Group stage in Discord. I'm trying to. There's going to be a couple of growing pains because I'm not seeing where you guys can uh chat. Is there chat? I think I see it. Show chat. Yes. All right. If someone who's in the stage wants to chat a message so I can see that, please, that would be helpful. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Bob. Um, so where is Discord link and email you sent lately? I didn't send it yesterday. I forgot. I will send it today, Michael. Let's see. Is anyone in the stage able to send me a message? Message the Market Watch stage. I'm gonna say hello. We're just testing this out a little bit. I sent a message to the stage. Did that get to anyone who's in the stage? I'm just not sure if they're there. Let's see. It says I have an audience. We've paused this. Okay. The stage is in the Discord channel. Yeah, the stage is in the Discord channel. We're gonna do both. So Zoom or the stage. I think there's a few in the stage, a few, a little bit more here. Um, well, let's see. Press is moving over. Let's see. Perry said hi from Discord. Okay, Perry's on it. He's hearing it. Press, it looks like you were in the stage and then you moved, or you're doing both. Was there a problem? If anyone, if there was a problem in the stage, let me know. All right, we're gonna jump in. Um, and Stephen requested to speak. Of course, of course. All right, let's dive in. Send me a message to let me know. Okay. I like that worked though, Stephen. That makes it easier. Um, okay, only stage moderators can see this. All right, we're figuring it out. Couldn't find the chat in the stage. Press, I found it up in the top right-hand corner as one of those little chat bubble chat window look chat icon things. And then there's like hand raises and stuff. Found it. Yes. All right. Welcome to the first version of transitioning to an easier place. Ah, all right. So happy Monday. Welcome to the Market Watch Group weekly opening bell. Futures look good today. The COF. The sorry, Bob, the risk when I do that, the cost is gonna be, you'll see that the cost was 233. That's what you're talking about, 233. The risk is if I put that trade on and I stop out around the level of the stop indicated in the alert, the risk would be contained more towards that 50 level. So cost versus risk is what you're looking at there. Okay, let's dive in. Here's the disclaimers, as always. Here's the agenda: opening futures and news. Look at the economic calendar. Uh, Relative to the market posture, mindset for open trades. We'll keep an eye on the opening range. It's obviously starting very, very strong. So there you go. All right. All right. Got a little bit of chat going on in the stage. Very nice. You are in the chat there, Stephen. Let's pop into it. This is cool. I'm excited to be bringing that forward. So yes, if you're not on Discord, not a rush yet, but I'll make sure to send that link out and you'll be able to transition over. Cool things happening there. Let's take a look at our opening futures. Do you guys notice that like there's a new, I thought like this guy was like yelling at me and wasn't sure what was happening. I'm like, what happened to Yahoo Finance? Looks like they've got the futures over here now. So they've changed the design. Just found it a little unexpected. All right, hold on. I got to keep this up. So there we go. Futures are up quite strongly though. 0.84 on the S&P, 0.83 on the Dow, 0.88 on the NASDAQ, 0.5% on the. Oh, click on back to classic. I didn't even notice that. Look at that. Oh, Bob fixed it. Retail sales jump, topping. Oh, see, and is it? I don't know. My thought was there's retail sales. What did they come in at? Ooh, we need to know that number. They went 0.7. Oh, is that good? I just feel like this retail sales beating expectations coupled with the oil surge is making it nearly impossible for inflation to do anything but stay pervasive. Yeah, press said I was expecting the strong retail sales to be bad news to the market. Yeah, yes, I'm a little bit was thinking the same, not necessarily bad, but like interpreted like, oh yeah, they're not going to get to that rate. Most definitely. We'll look at it here in a second, but I agree with you. I agree with you on that one. The Goldman Sachs earnings were definitely good, right? Huge amounts of profits. And so yeah, it looks pretty good. Tesla to lay off 10%. Getting a little dicey in Tesla over there at Tesla, I think. What else? US futures rise as nerves settle after Iran attack. Okay. Consumers are frustrated with stalling inflation. They're so mad, they're gonna go out and buy stuff. They're gonna we'll show you. We'll go buy some things. Oh, okay. At a Brooklyn pawn shop, customers are flooding in to sell gold, selling gold at the highs. Okay. All right. Calendar says what? Retail sales came back strong. We're going to get into some Fed speak. I have to imagine that the Fed speak is I have to imagine that the Fed speak is going to be quite quite hedged in its language, right? What is TSIA Electrics? Is that on my chart? What's the context for that? I don't know that I know either, to be fair. Let me know the context. quick look at the Fed watch as we're about to watch this thing open up quite strongly today. Now, hold on. Posture. If you missed it, we dropped for sure, right? We've eased up a little bit, and we're still a 5. So we're at a point for me, 2 weeks in a row, 7.75 drop on one, a 1 on another. Now, there's been times where I've dropped 2 points in a week, and that's when I'm like, whoa, what just happened? Am I still looking at this? Tesla in the futures page, 10% left. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens there, right? We're still a 5. Some of you might be more bullish than me. Did anyone end up in the 4s this week? Out of curiosity, I didn't know if anyone like was. My thought process is we're still fine. We're still on a quite a mild consolidation. Only still less than 3%. Still above the 50. And we now look set to catch a bounce. Where? Right at the end of April. And what tends to happen in April? We tend to get like a nice 2-week. So if it starts strong right now and you don't have much bullish on, you can't wait long to get it on. That's the point. And there's going to be a lot of people who hesitate because they're like, oh, they're a little nervous because, yeah, look, you can see it. You can see why our posture has eased because it looked like it was going to try to catch something here and it just couldn't. So for the last 2 weeks, what's happened? Well, it's eased. Yes, that's what's happened. It's eased. Now, has it eased enough that we're like panicking and our score has dropped significantly? Nope. It's eased enough that our score has dropped marginally and we're still remaining bullish. Still bullish. Still above the 50. Still looking for the bounce. Still holding a few things, right? Etc. Etc. 525. Okay, love it. All right, so right here, the market's opening. Quick assessment so far. Those who are in the stage, how's the audio and visual quality? How do you like the ability to interact with the, like, what's the comparison and contrast for me? Is it worth it? It's very good. Okay, better. I was a little stressed out this morning getting it all set up. Like, did I get it right? Better interaction. I love that. An extra benefit. Extra benefit. Very good. Very good. Okay. Got a few people interacting. Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll keep working towards it. And Michael, my apologies that I did not get that link sent. I will absolutely have it today. Okay. Let's talk about it now. Fed. Do we get to everything in our pre? I don't remember if I talked about everything. We did not get to the Fed. Okay, no probability. Now, if we could only figure out how to activate that mic. The screen view is smaller. Okay. Okay. Do you have the ability to like maximize it? Like pop it out in order to maximize it? I think as we all play with it a little bit, we'll figure out some features. Select the full screen option. Yeah, see if you might have something like that. Okay, let's go to June. By removing chat. I wonder if there's like a pop-out feature that then you could have chat popped out on one side and the screen. You always would think that they would make efforts to have heavy configuration. Okay, so this gotten to the highest level yet, more than 4-1 against. Really no expectation in June. July is hope. I would say that July is where there was hope, but this was 1-to-1. I think that so here's my thinking. The sales was strong and the market's reacting because they're like, yes, the Fed's gonna kick the can down the road, but things are so strong it doesn't matter. That's my thought. Like, we've already adjusted. The market we have right now, right? The market we have right now that only pulled back 2.6%, that was still above the 50-day, right? This market has already priced in. You can see the odds are more against a cut. The first time, and it's barely. It's not like dramatically. Lost the feed. Oh, so there we have a little bit of a potential kink. The rest of you on the stage, let me know if you've experienced any problems. So September is barely the first time we have probability that indicates in favor of a cut. We've only got 3 meetings at that point, but at this point, expectations have been dialed back to 2 cuts this year. Still looking for cuts, only 2, with a higher probability that they don't occur until September. And look how the market is processing this. Just fine. We've pulled back. We seem like we're trying to turn. We'll see what today brings, but we're processing things just fine as of right now. Okay, so a quick breakdown of the posture for those who may not have seen it. Long term stayed the same. Short term has dropped another click, and we have moved into, so we've moved out of like, oh, we're out of we're out of the range of the trend that we had been riding for a while. So now I'm scoring based on clicks. Higher high, higher low, those are clicks. Lower low, lower high, those are clicks. Like, who's doing what from week to week to earn points, essentially. Had to go out and come back in. Okay, now, all right. Thank you. Volume dropped again. So we've dropped from a positive score 2 weeks ago to a neutral score now. Major markets stayed the same. Sector rotation stayed the same. The VIX dropped a 0.5 point. So we did drop a full point. That's what got us to this place. Let's go take a look at the VIX, which was the concern. And still concerning, right? I mean, you can see that it's spiked up and it's pulled back, but only marginally. We're still at 16.5. So I would say that the VIX remains to be one of our concerns. It was a 0.5 point drop. Definitely there's some concerns there. Okay. Let's go take a look at the watch list. Actually, let's do the opening range peak, then we'll do the watch list. So let's start. Oh, this is going to be a lot to keep track of on my second screen until we transition to one or the other. Okay. All right. So let's take a look. We gapped up and eased off a little bit, and then now we're stabilizing. So, okay, that's a pretty solid. So what is this? If the opening range starts up here, if we break to the downside, the thought is we'll end up back down here. I would say at least around 511, but maybe somewhere in this range if it breaks through here. If it breaks the other way, you can see if it breaks the opening range the other way, I think there's a good chance that we get going and get up near this 517, 518 mark. That would be a nice bullish run. Yeah, today could be an interesting one for us. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let's go through the watch list. When I go to the watch list, the chat for Zoom stays kind of at the front, but my Discord pops backwards. So I can't see what you're chatting me for a few minutes. Those of you in Discord. Once I have this dialed in, I'll just kind of split my screen a little bit, but okay. Okay. Apple consolidating. Fine. That's okay. I mean, if you're in it, you're probably already taking some profits and maybe finishing that. I know Bob had a couple of trades there last week. My thought process is what? I'm going to mark this halfway point. Whenever I get a big candle like this, the halfway point is the first place I'm going to look to see if there's like a potential for it to find support. If that happens, I think we have a nice tech leading trade developing on Apple. AIG. I actually thought about AIG for the alert, for unalert. And I think that it's valid. You can see that the stochastics is turning and pinching. What do we look for? We look for it to take out the high. If you just give it a little bit of time, this looks pretty confirmed if you're looking for something out of financials. So AMD. I'm really getting close to throwing it off the list. To be perfectly honest, I don't think it looks great. Amazon, waiting for a consolidation. AXP. AXP again. So you're getting signals in financials, I would say, is the bottom line, right? AXP is tough because you only have a few days. So could you ride this thing for a few days to see if it's going to pop? Yeah, absolutely. Boeing still a dog. There's nothing there for us still. Bank of America, I would expect to be strong as it is, but its earnings are tomorrow. Citi stabilizing. Sometimes hard to look around this weird candle, but if you look at what's happening here, that's not what I wanted. So I just realized I need to get I have to pay for this premium version of a drawing tool. I need these types of drawing tools that I have. This is pulled back. Then it found this support level. Ignore the fact that it gapped up and you just have a support level. And if it starts to turn from here, what do we think? That's what I think. So yeah, I'm definitely looking at Citigroup. Absolutely. Caterpillar. Caterpillar looks good. Caterpillar looks viable. Something like that. Absolutely. This one might have a Heiken Ashi for us. It does. Maybe get a little more aggressive with the stop. You wouldn't adjust it the next day, but the third day. So, yeah, I think Caterpillar looks very strong right now. Anybody in it or thinking about it? It's a great industrial leader, and I think that the signals are showing up quite nicely right now on that. Caterpillar looks good. Chipotle, we're just watching it. COF, nice strong move, right? Just like a lot of them. So I'd be expecting to have at least one or two. financials in the mix. COP. Consolidating. Oh, look at Costco trying to, if Costco can get a little bit more, I think 750 maybe, just to kind of say, hey, look, the buyers did it. We got all the way up to here. Maybe on the pullback. CrowdStrike is just kind of meandering. Delta meandering. The Dow not looking too strong. Ford stabilizing, maybe showing for a trade. Not much time left before earnings. Bitcoin still pulled back. GE still kind of riding high. Gold is definitely consolidating, but I'll tell you what, it just looks like a small consolidation, to be fair. Google needs a consolidation before we have a trade. IWM sitting on the underside of the 50, but we'll see if it can try to make a run at some point out of there. Meta. I think Meta's still on a consolidation. I think we're getting a little too close to earnings now, but we'll see. Maybe trying to develop into a trade. Microsoft bullish today. Looking to see if it can kind of break out of this current zone before it gets to earnings. Maybe a pre-earnings run coming this way. Micron looks okay as well, I think. Looks bullish still. That's a leader in the chip sector now. I would say Micron, NVIDIA, and Taiwan, TSM. Here's Netflix, flat. Here's NVIDIA. Looks good. Looks like it's trying to push. Still a little stalled out, though. Yeah, I would say definitely financials, definitely industrials, a little bit of technology. So there's some momentum, right? There's some momentum. Bakar turning. That's a viable signal. Same kind of a thing. Bakar, Caterpillar. I dropped a couple from their bad earnings and their gaps down. We need to do maybe some cleanup in the watch list, perhaps this week. SMCI holding on. Yeah, I think we do. I feel like some of these are getting a little stale. Here's the market. Trying to make a push back up towards the upper end of the range. Taiwan Semiconductor, earnings coming up soon on a bit of a consolidation. Here's the VIX. The VIX is pulling back. Oh, look at Waste Management. Trying to turn. There's another industrial. Walmart kind of sitting. Okay, so basic materials still seem like they're pulling back a little bit. That's nice. We like that. Communication services looks like it's in a viable bullish consolidation, so looking for trades there. Energy is up a little today, but hopefully we're going to see if it has some kind of a consolidation here. XLF, you can see what we said, the turn bouncing here. Industrials also seems to be bouncing here. Technology, perhaps bouncing here. Staples still looks pretty tepid. Utilities looks pretty tepid. Healthcare, iffy as well. So those are, we're not seeing any defensiveness piling in. That's for sure, from a sector standpoint. Consumer discretionary, a bit iffy. So, okay. What are your thoughts? I would expect that you held some trades. And if you held bullish trades, you're getting you're getting paid for it. I would think that but anything you held is coming in, probably okay. What type of trade style is best in these stocks? Straight call, debit spread. Everyone is different. Everyone has to be, because you can see we have implied volatility, right? If it doesn't have liquid options, straight stock. If it has liquid options, then option strategies are viable. If it has questionable options, then I would say I'd relegate more towards buying, because when you do spreads, you can get yourself into trouble being able to get out. So yeah, good question. Some of these have low implied volatility, some of these have higher implied volatility. If you look at the one we had an alert on today, that was COF. Let's talk about that. Where's the vol? Well, you can see it's already gotten a pretty good ramp up of vol. So it's got a good pump of value. I don't want to buy those expensive options. I categorize that as high vol, more expensive. So I'm going to I did a debit spread. I did a bull call spread was the type of trade that I looked at, right? Yeah. So that's a great question. There you go. What else? Trades are doing okay. Make sure that I'm seeing it. Let's take a look at Tesla. Let's take a look at a couple of things here. I feel like we actually have a pretty good read. I feel like we have a pretty good read on the market, to be fair. We've expressed and acknowledged our concern, as far as that goes, but that we still have enough bullishness that we're looking for opportunities. You can see that our stock list has quite a few strong stocks with good liquidity. There's Tesla. Tesla's still struggling down there at 166 near its lows. Okay. The worst of the Magnificent Seven. Let's see. How about this? DJT. Anybody following the Trump stock? Oof, another big hit today. 12%. 12%. And this is now, in my opinion, I think this thing is next stop 17. There's a little bit of a bloodbath going on in here. They said that his stake, when it was at its, up here at 70, was worth 5 billion. So 28 divided by 70. So it's lost 60%. I mean, it's still worth 2 billion, but that's $3 billion gone from here to here. That's nasty. Yeah. I think we looked into it. I thought we looked into it and found it was hard to borrow. I'm sure there's a pretty heavy short interest. The options, look at the option volatility, right? So we look at things, and when we see it like in the 40s or 50s, we're like, ooh, that could be high. Now, this isn't at 250 like it was here, but it's still at 170%. These options are off the chart expensive. So there's just a lot of risk floating around in the vicinity of this stock here. But I'm with you. Would have been nice to have shorted. Still another 14%. I don't know. Does anyone know more? I've asked a couple of people, and I was like, what um what's it riding on? Is it riding on the strength of social media platform that they have? Because I hear that thing is doing terrible. So I'm not sure at this point, now that all this money's flowed into this, what's going to happen, because it doesn't seem like it's going to hold water. That's just me. Okay. Don't forget this week we are working on section 8. It's that far into the 2024 that we just finished our second pass. At the trading plan. Next week, if you didn't catch any work on this one, you're going to do this next one. We're all going to dedicate some time to it. Tonight, let me see if I can't make this work here. Oh, I don't think I can show it. Tonight, we have a social event. We're trying it out. I hope that you can make it. I'm going to send an email about it. But I hope we can get a few people to show up, say hello, have a chat. 8:30 p.m. It's in the calendar. I can show it. Wait a second. Boom. Don't forget, in the calendar up here, that's live now. We are in the weekly ARPA. If you're in the calendar, you can just pop into the channel. Monday cocktail hour. It's going to be in the Market Watch meetups. Cameras on, mics on. Should be exciting. I'll see you there. Work on your trading plan. Keep an eye on various signals out there. Yes. Oh, thank you for the reminder. I will change those meeting times to 6:30 instead of, or to 8:30 instead of 8 o'clock. Great reminder. I appreciate that, Stephen. Okay. Well, we got our first day in on the Discord stage. Good experience. We're moving in the right direction. Let me know your thoughts. Everybody else, look for the email with the link so that you can transition over and join us. Have a drink tonight. I think I'm gonna go whiskey sour. I'm feeling, I don't have sour mix. I'll have to go to the store, but I think it. Yours says 8:30. I'll check and see. Awesome. It's great to see everybody. More and more coming. Good things are happening. We're going to build this community up a little bit more and really leverage this awesome platform. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you tonight. If not tonight, I'll see you tomorrow at the options class. We are going to do a working session on diagonal spreads. That should be fun. I will absolutely not forget the Discord. Thank you. And we'll go from there. All right. Thanks, everybody. Happy trading.